DJ Swift on the truth.
Hey, they might could do it better. I ain't tripping off all that shit.
What's going on, Frankie B?
What's going on, man?
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing lovely, man. Blessing. Every day's a blessing.
I feel it. So, what you been having going on lately, man? We see you on the ground working real hard, man, in the studio every day. You know what I'm saying? See you putting in overtime. You're an A&R and the manager, right?
Correct.
Shit, you be putting in work like you're a goddamn artist.
Got to, man. You gotta go harder, man. You gotta go harder than the next man. Everybody want that position you got. Man, you gotta step it up, man.
So what made you want to start doing what you're doing right now, today?
Man, personally, I always loved music. You know, growing up, I love music. From the hometown of Bussey, Georgia. And, you know, growing up in that city, man, it's all about really playing sports. You don't hear too many people want to be musicians or be in this industry. It's like sports or go to school. And I always had that love for it, but I played sports. I did. I played from middle school to high school and, you know, freshman year in college. And I thought about that freshman year. I'm like, man, I really don't like this. Like, I've done it more for my family than for me. You know, I love my family, but it's like I didn't have the passion like I did when I really noticed it when I got to college. So I'm like, man, I'm going back home. I'm gonna go to school like for the semester for like business or something, and then I'm gonna find a music school. Cause I'm like, you gotta stay in school no matter if you come back. So I'm like, okay. Gave me a little time in the semester back home in Augusta at East Georgia State College, and then I transferred to SA Institute. It's an audio engineering school, a very good school, and it got me kind of started with the music game. But back on why did I start the music? You know, like I said, I had the passion for it, and my brother, I used to be around my brother a lot, man. That's all he used to do. Like back then, like, you know, now we got the social media, we got all these different, you know, the blogs and all these websites and streaming and everything. The internet, just put like this, the internet, and internet, you know, it drops in all the new heat of music. Back then, my brother, man, you really had to be in a club and wait for a DJ to drop some new Gucci, some new T.I. Like you really had to be an A&R. Like A&R was really. Back then was the deal, like being an A&R was that shit, you know what I'm saying, was that thing back then. And like, just seeing him come home and like play these new records and stuff was amazing, man. That jump, man, it just drives me.
Cool, so hearing all that, why did you want to be an artist though? Why did you want to be a manager? What made you want to manage artists instead of being an artist yourself, being in front of the platform? Because, you know, I did my research about you and it looked like you're more so of a, like you kind of like the new age of a manager, you know what I'm saying? You taking pictures like a model, you're more out there, your face is more out there. You look like you're more than a manager or A&R, you look like you're a star yourself. So are you changing the game when it comes to management?
I don't say I'm changing the game, I'm just keeping that influence going, like the new generation of just being, you know, you gotta be a manager, the cameraman in front of the camera now. The producer got to be in front of the camera now. It's like everybody want to see the visual of this person that's behind the scenes now. Like being behind the scenes is not behind the scenes no more. Social media opened up that platform for it. So like, if you really want to be out here, you got to do both. You got to do, you know, groundwork and you got to do social media work. So it's like when I got in there, I was like, man, I'm doing my groundwork. I was interning places. Man, shout out to Corey Moe, man, Man Studios, ATL, UGK, man. I salute him. He was like, that was like my best dude. Like when I came to the city, like him and Aaron Grossman like showed me a lot when I first got into the industry and interned with them, and I met a lot of great people, you know, throughout Corey Moe, from, you know, Shawty Red, from Gucci Mane, like the list goes on. And like just being in front of the camera is like the new era of this generation, of this industry.
Cool. So who are some managers in the industry right now that you kind of look up to that influence you to want to do what you're doing right now?
Oh man, I definitely, Cortez Bryant, a lot of people probably don't know him, some people might do. Cortez Bryant is like, that's Lil Wayne manager and Drake manager, man, and he's one of Lil Wayne's childhood friends, and they started like together. It took him a minute before he wanted to jump onto it because he was in college. Like I know a lot of research about him, like I was really looking up this guy, he's, you know, very inspirational. And it took him a minute for him to like, all right, Lil Wayne, I'm gonna be a manager. Like he was like focused on his college or school and everything. And then also P. Diddy, man. P. Diddy was like back then what they doing now. When I was telling you about being in front of camera, he was doing that. He was the artist, he was the manager, he was the label. He was doing it all. He's still doing that to this day. So he's very big, inspirational. You know, salute to P. Diddy, man. That's a gotta be, man. So like that's like my, you know, my top two. If I had another one, Another manager I run with, man, it's tough. Cause it's a lot of good ones. I don't just like want to name drop and like cut anybody out, but we would just say Scooter Bryant just to be a manager. He's very inspirational. He came to Atlanta, went to Embry, and dropped out. He's like, man, I'm not doing this. He was throwing parties, and he realized the momentum he was growing. The celebrities was coming to his party, and he met Jermaine Dupri, and started with So Def. Like he started off with his, and I started off with Corey Moore, and it's just like, he grind and just seeing the industry, and then started his own thing, and that's what I'm doing, starting my own management company.
Cool, that's interesting. So do you feel like you like the new face of the new age management for the 90s babies? Because we are 90s babies, and the way how you doing it, it's a little different from what we used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference between you and other management labels at your age, in your age group?
Me and different management labels? First is the age. Like, I'm 22 being a manager. Most people that are managers big in the industry or want to be managers like in their late 30s, mid 30s, 40s, or like, I'm talking about realistic managers. I'm not talking about an artist that blew up and he got his homeboy on the road with him saying, that's his road manager. Now, we ain't talking about nothing like that. I'm talking about realistically a real manager that knows the business, knows the game, got to hustle, and like he's known out there in the industry. Like, it's
so what's the difference between you and these other guys that's running around here? Nowadays, everybody gonna say, "Oh, they homeboy blow up. I'm a manager. I'm they manager. I'm this manager." So what's the difference between you and them?
So me and like people that want to call themselves managers is me. I studied the game, and everybody don't have to go to school for this industry. You don't gotta go to school for it. But I went to school and I chose, like, I want to learn audio engineering because, like, if I want to be a manager, I need to know what the engineers doing on the boards and be creative with the artists. Like, I want to be creative. So I had to know the definitions and terms of what this and what's that on the board, what is this, what is this input, what is that. So I had to learn all that together, and plus learn the business side, and also networking and being on the street and showing my face and putting in internship work. So like that's a big difference from me. From somebody that's like homeboy, shout out to all the people that made it, like from the little babies and stuff who look out for their partners. Like, man, you get on road with me, and you my road man. You know what I'm saying? This and that, but I really hustle for this compared to anybody else that saying they want to do it. Like, I'm doing it like the pros. I'm not doing it like the streets. I'm doing it like the pros, and I take that back. About the streets, I'm running it both ways. I'm from the streets to the pros. I started off with the streets, just off rip, from the high school friend back then. It was like, man, you be my manager, and I ain't know nothing about management. I'm like, okay, I'll do it, you know what I'm saying? But because I have passion for music and I'm good with people, so I did that. But I started, like I said, everybody starts somewhere. So I started off from the street, moving up, being a manager, and then started moving up on a level, getting it professionally. And I'm still developing as we speak, and it's blessed to be around people I'm being around.
Cool. So when did you move to Atlanta? What made you really want to move to Atlanta? And tell me about some times when you was in Atlanta and things wasn't looking good for you, and you're not from here, right? From Augusta, right?
Correct.
So not being from here, not having really no family out here, and having to survive and maintain. How long you been out here so far?
Been out here about two and a half years. Now going on 3.
So and then that's just How long have you been a manager?
I've been a manager since I was 19, so 2 years.
So just because I don't want to say you hopped into the game, but easing your way into the game, then moving to a bigger city than where you're from, like Atlanta, Georgia. How did you maintain?
Man, it really got to go. You gotta have that in your heart. Like, you gotta have that drive. It was really a drive. Like, man, I gotta go do this. Like, I gotta prove everybody. Like, I stopped playing sports. I came back home and said, man, I want to go do this music thing. And people laugh. Yeah, when I start out, like, you who manager? You like, who are, you know what I'm saying? Who are you? And people took it as what it is, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna prove people wrong in a silent way. I'm not gonna get on social media. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna talk about this. I'm just gonna do it. I let my actions speak louder than my words, and that's what I've done. And that's what I'm doing as we speak at the moment. Like, I'm doing it every day. I get up, I study, I do this, I do that. I'm at the studio pulling up, man. I'm hollering at my man Yaki, where you at? Where we going? I'm doing this, man. Like, I'm hustling for it. It's for any. It's like it ain't gotta be music. Any passion you got in life, you gonna hustle for it. whatever it takes to do, and that's what I did. I came to this city like not knowing nobody. My dad was on the south side, but there was situations going on like that wouldn't be beneficial for me to do. So I had to really come out here like I was, homeless coming out here, man. I had a little job, I had a moving company, moving like washers and dryers and stuff like that, putting money in my pocket, and really just getting out here grinding. It had to be to school, had to be to class at 6, wake up in the morning and be to work at 7, like just grinding it. You know what I'm saying? It's like grind now and enjoy it later. That's how you should look at it.
Mm-hmm. So what do you say to those people that don't see that grind that come from you?
The people that don't see my grind, man, I love them still. Everybody had a different point of views and different perspectives and how they look at things. If they're not seeing it right now, they'll see it later in the future. Everybody see it differently. Everybody got different views. So whatever view you have, man, I still love whoever it is, but you're gonna see it. It's gonna be shown because it's gonna be on TV. It's gonna be very big soon. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. So, being in the management world, what are some artists that probably blew up that you had something to do with, and you just business happened, so it just didn't work out like that? What are some artists?
I started out with a local artist from back home, and Jay Fox is very popular in the area, in the Custer area. That was like another one big act. My second biggest act I had. Hold
on. I'm sorry, bro. Can I interrupt you real quick? Cause I did some research, and I do heavy research before I do an interview, and I some allegations that you was working with a fella from Jacksonville, Florida, YK Osiris. What are y'all relationship like?
Our relationship was cool. He a great kid. He worked hard. As remembering him, being around. He was around me for a week. He was like a hard worker. I was getting it in, he's a funny kid too. He's very, comedian. But overall, he's great. He made a great decision wherever he's at. I think he recently signed with Def Jams, and I think he's on the QC manager. My words or whatever. Cross my words. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I know he's in a great opportunity. He's on tour with Lil Baby right now. He's doing his thing, but at the time I was trying to get on some business, maybe being a road manager in the process before you pop the way you pop. But some things ain't just won't work out, and everything is still cool and all great. But man, the kid is doing his thing. I salute him. Salute him what he's doing.
Cool. So do you take like heavy blows like that? Do you look at that as a L, or do you look at that as a W because you was able to work with him and probably connect with him in a different kind of way, and you had him first? So how do you look at that, a W or a L?
I'm gonna say I had him first because when somebody hot or coming hot, everybody reaching out to him. And the thing was that I had family in Jacksonville. He's from Jacksonville. We kind of connected out that on Instagram. And I remember he had like 13, 14 years followers. He was upcoming. And I was like, man, this kid is dope. I seen him in the studio singing and everything. I was like, man, he's very dope. And I was like, man, when you get a chance to come to Atlanta, just meet each other. He came like really that next week, and we linked up, and things, they go as we enjoyed it. Being around each other. On the business side, we didn't get that done, but like on a personal scale, we was there. Saying everything was on the gravy. But so taking it as an L or W, it's not that. It's a very learning process. You learning from these processes. You learn from things in the industry. You learn from opportunities. And sometimes the opportunity to be brought to you, you can miss it, or sometimes the opportunity there is not for you, and it's for the best of both different situations. Like it's best for him what he did, and he's blown up. So it's best for me to go this way and just do what I can do in the industry and blow up. So no, it's not no loss, it's not a W. It's just learning. I'm taking that as a learning process.
So it's an LP, a learning process.
LP.
So, what would you do differently if you come across that same type of opportunity with an Osiris situation?
What would I do differently? I wouldn't do too much of my do anything differently because you stay and as I say in the industry, don't change yourself. But I won't say I wouldn't do anything differently, but our approach, I'll be more direct. It was more like I was like kind of like buddy. I wouldn't handle the business like I should. So I feel like the next situation like that, I should come, and be more prepared on my side on the business than I am with that. I have my attorney, I have a great team behind me with my company, so it's like I got a whole, like support system behind me. So I think it would be the next situation will be a blessing because I'll be much more prepared. I learn more from the situation, educated more on the business and music side. So I think it'd be a very great experience for whoever be next up with me.
Cool. So, with you being one of the most youngest, hardest working managers in the city of Atlanta, and I want to say the United States of America because I just know about you. What are some things you might want to tell some people on camera right now, some younger guys, or some people that want to be a manager? What's some type of advice and game you can get them? This free game right now.
Advice and game I could give y'all. I'm gonna tell you two things. I say, pray and work hard. Pray and work hard, man. You pray and then you work from what you're praying for. That's what I say. That's a great advice you should do. And some other little spills I can give you is that do what you believe in. Go with your heart. Go with your gut feeling. Like, man, I want to do this. Let me say I'm gonna do this. And don't let outside influence affect what you're trying to do with your vision. Keep a tunnel vision on whatever you're doing. Stay focused and get some education. You don't always gotta be from school. Educate yourself at home. Read. Research. Just do little things outside the ordinary you don't do. Challenge yourself. Get out the comfort zone. And that's just some quick advice that I'll say to the young kids out there.
Give me 3 words to explain yourself as a businessman and a person at the end of the day.
3 words as a businessman and a person. 3 words. Inspirational, dedicated, and peaceful. I hear people tell me I inspire them because I'm doing what I'm doing. My dedication, people see the drive and why they get inspired off my drive. And peaceful, like I be peaceful in the inside of me, so it makes it much easier for me to challenge myself in the outside world and be challenged with what's going on in life because I'm peaceful. I'm not, angry or aggressive. I'm just in peace with myself. So I feel like when you have them things there, that makes you successful. And that's what's making me travel up the ladder of success.
What do you see yourself from? All right, hold on. This is what I want to ask you. Right now, in your life and with your career, are you in elementary school, middle school, or high school? And out of those 3, what grade are you in right now in your career?
I'm in AP high school with this, man.
AP high school.
AP, man.
So once you go off to college and be a senior in college into your career, where you see yourself at 4 years from now?
4 years from now, I see myself as a big mogul in the industry. Somebody that everybody want to look up to. Like, I want to be like that guy. He started off being a manager, and then the OGs in the game, getting respect from them, and then me showing them respect of what they done in the industry, and they appreciating giving the torch to me, and let me do my thing in the industry. So I see myself as a big guy in the industry that people gonna really love and enjoy.
Cool. So what made you want to do this interview today with Rich and Fake TV?
Man, I've been watching Rich and Fake TV, man. I end up seeing it on the Explore page one day, artist interview, and they clicked the link, and I clicked the link, and I checked it out. The name caught me. It's like Rich and Faith. It's like, Rich and Faith. I liked that. It was different. It wasn't these other interview blogs. Don't nothing against none of them, but it was different. It was this one sounded like this would be very positive. Most interviews I see is have negative effects on artists, and artists feel uncomfortable going to. This one I seen artists want to reach out and want to do the interviews, and after I watch it I see why people yo, I want to do an interview with you, man. Yo, it's like you don't have to hold yourself in the interview. You in peace and you happy and you joyful, and you very interactive with the interviewer, and I enjoy it. Richard Faye has a different impact in the industry that the industry don't have right now. Everything has been coming out as negative, and Rich and Faith bring positivity out of people. See, you see the good side of people. You can see these people oh man, that's a gangster, man. He's a street guy. But Rich and Faith bring the side that society don't see that. The guy, like, it's a family, man. It's a caring, man. He's in the communities. This, like, Richard Faith, bring that out of people that people don't see, man. And I salute that, man. That's all love right there, man. I salute the Richard Faith TV.
Cool. So, what does FME brings to the community of management labels? What's the what makes you different from any other management?
Flip Money Empire. Flip Money Empire, man, it's a family. We are a real life family. And it's still building. And it's, Flip came from my brother's name, and it's like, my brother is a very inspirational in my life. And it's like, it's a big drive. And the difference from me and other teams is that, man, I'm working 24/7. I'm not knocking other. I don't know what they're doing, but I know what I'm doing. That I know my team. We working every single day. I'm working, hustling every single day. And I mean, that's what we probably think that's different from other teams. I don't know what they doing. I don't know what they doing. I'm just focused on FME, Flip Money Empire.
Cool. So where's your brother at right now?
Man, my brother, he's living up in the sky, man. He's peaceful right now. He got killed when I was like 16 when I was in high school, man, and it really changed my impact on life.
Cool. So dealing with taking a loss from like a positive role model like your brother, like I would think, how did that really affect you as a man and as a person, and how did that motivate you to want to start Flip Money Empire?
It motivated me to like man, there's no limits. It gave me like, man, there's no limits, and then just it made me grow up fast. I grew up like super fast with my mind, like, man, I need to watch what I have around. I need this. I just really, when that happens, like, man, I gotta go get this now. I'm at 16 thinking about, taking care of my family, man. Whatever I'm doing, whatever I got planned in life, I gotta go get it. So with that being said, it just really pushed me to a whole different drive out the world. Like, nothing can stop my drive. Nothing's gonna stop me. No matter what obstacle come in, I'm gonna pray and work hard. I'm gonna pray and work harder.
Cool. So for some of the young guys, young fellas that's probably looking up to you back in your hometown, even back in Atlanta, Georgia, and they might have lost their brother, lost their cousin, lost their mother, lost a loved one, what is some type of advice you can give them to help them get through that and still turn the loss into a positive?
Man, what I can tell you is always think about the good things you have with the person you lost. Just think of positive, just think of anything positive. Don't be angry. It be tough, like, you be kind of like, man, but be in peace. Cause a person is in peace, so make sure you in peace as a person. And once you in peace as a person, you and that person gonna be connected even stronger than you ever thought. So, man, that's a good advice right there I can give you.
Cool. So, man, we gonna continue this. This gonna be kind of like a short film documentary, hopefully. Is there anything you want to say before we leave?
Man, I need everybody to come rock with Richard Faith TV, man. It's a beautiful channel, man. I love it. Man, y'all gotta keep watching and keep subscribing. Also, man, if you wanna follow me on social media, I'm at Franky, Franky FME, all together, no underscores, no periods. On Instagram, also the same on Twitter. If you're trying to reach me, I have my email, flipmoneyempire@gmail.com. You want to send me your records and your beats, or you want to set up a meeting with me, man, just hit my email up, and we can definitely do business, man.
Cool. And man, we Rich and Faith TV, man, we out.